Hello everyone, it's your host Boomstick, the head admin of NHL Fan 365, also your hashtag member of the Buffalo Sabres, and I am here with the Four Stooges. I have next to me on my camera, four, so never mind. The first Stooge is hashtag Blades of Buffalo. She's the head admin of the Buffalo Sabres.
I am? Yes. Hi, I de-ranked you.
You would. Say hi.
Hi.
And then on my left, we have hashtag In Price We Trust. She's the head admin of the Montreal Canadiens. Say hi. Alright. And then on the middle, we have our newest admin for, actually not new, but he's been here for a while, is hashtag The Messenger, a.k.a. the admin of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Say hello, man.
Hello, man.
Hello, America. And finally, on our right, the one and only Ottawa Senator, maybe the only Ottawa Senator fan in the world, is hashtag Pesky Sens, the head admin of the Ottawa Senator. Say hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Alrighty, and tonight we got a lot to talk about, so we're going to dig right into it. We're going to talk about changes are going to be made for next year for the video review in terms of the process, the refs, hits to the head which leads to concussions, biting, should it be allowed, cameras on net and blue lines during the playoffs. We're going to talk about Hudson Fasching and Casey Nelson, who made their Buffalo Sabres debuts today. And we're going to talk about the pads being smaller, and we're going to talk about overtime and shootout in terms of 3-on-3. And finally, and we're going to save the best for last, Justin Bieber in an Edmonton Oilers jersey. Yes, I said it, guys. Welcome to America and Canada. Yep. And
You should have stayed in Canada.
yes, they are. And Corey, you're screwed, man. Same with you, Steph. Alright, guys, so let's talk about the video review. What changes are going to be made into it next year?
That the calls on the ice are going to be from Toronto, not the ref.
From Toronto, not the ref, in terms of, like, what? In terms of video review, in terms of...
Yes, all video reviews, I think, should be coming from Toronto, not from... You shouldn't be making the ref decide if he needs to change his mind on call, because most refs won't be man enough to do it, in my opinion.
I mean, it really depends. I mean, it could be both lopsided ways. I mean, one team could be hated, another one can be loved. For example, biased, yeah. The Rangers, let's say if they were playing the Rangers and the Ottawa Senators tonight, and there was a call that they wanted to look at, they would just, be completely opposite. If Ottawa called something, they'd be like, oh, yeah, no goal for the Sens. Rangers are given luck, just as an example. I mean, it is a bit biased from what we know, and from what we understand, the refs have been awful this year. It's been a complete joke. So it only makes sense. It only made sense to talk about it tonight and just kind of go through there and stuff. So what are your opinions, guys, about everything here with our four admins? I mean, 5, including myself. So,
You're not included.
Yeah, including me.
Not included.
Nope.
Federer's not included.
Nope. Yep, so we're going to start with the messenger. What do you got, man?
They need, like, the refs, they should not be using those little tiny tablets when they're, like, looking at, video replays and stuff. They need something better than that.
I agree. I mean, they should at least put a camera, above and below nets, especially for goals. I mean,
How do you put it above?
well,
Below?
the crossbar, the posts.
Well, don't they have one in there?
They have one
Above it?
inside, but that's inside the crease, but more like outside of it.
You mean like a
Yes.
all the way up, like on the top of the arena?
Exactly.
To zoom in?
Yes.
But how do you put it underneath?
We'll
You
talk
gotta
about
put it underneath the ice?
No. So, Steph, what do you think?
I think they should have a bigger tablet, in my opinion, for video reviews.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at.
Even though the video review is coming from Toronto, the refs on the ice make the call. The refs have been a complete joke this year.
Yep, especially to your favorite team, the Montreal Canadiens.
And your favorite team, the Buffalo Sabres.
Nothing goes our way. Don't even go there.
They both were shooting themselves in the foot.
Well, they were calling it was a goal that was being reviewed, and then
The second one.
the second one, yeah, exactly, thank you. And they reviewed it, No, they first it was under review by the refs. Then Dan Bosma challenged it, and then it was still a good goal because there was no quote unquote goalie interference. And then later, the Sabres kind of did the same exact thing, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Did they not count that?
I don't think so.
Of course not.
Puck went into the net beforehand, but
Of course not.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, is it necessary to have that right before the playoffs? Like,
It should happen all year round, like the special cameras.
They should.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, it's only fair to say because there have been a lot of missed calls this year. Put cameras inside the post, put them like inside and outside, and above the nets and below if they can for like lines like past the blue line, past the red line on the goal line or whatever. You know what I mean, guys? Just
Yep.
What about in back?
Yeah.
Can I have it in back?
Well, speaking of above the nets, instead of putting it on the crossbar, they should put it up somewhere up in the mesh.
In the back, right? Kind of, sort of.
Yeah. If you put it up in the mesh, you could see what's happening in front of the net and at the back.
I think they need to put it in the rafters and just zoom the camera in.
I mean, you might as well just put a fucking GoPro.
They should
camera
have those things like they have at the football, the little droney things that fly around the.
Why do you need a drone in a hockey game?
I don't know. Why not? They have a football game.
I actually seen a couple of drones at NHL arenas actually.
Yep.
If you're a team but the thing is, the teams have to pay for that. Like the New York Rangers, the Chicago Blackhawks, the LA Kings. Those are teams that can actually afford the drone.
Considering how much revenue they bring in, like with their fans, they can't afford like at least one drone to fly around.
Well, you don't need a fucking.
Okay, how the Islander game they had the little what's that giant thing in the sky? The blimp. They have the blimp.
Yeah.
The blimp. They should do a blimp.
They should do that too, but.
I believe the Washington Capitals, they have like a camera that is like on a line that kind of just like moves around, but it's looked pretty awful though, in my opinion.
For what? The inside of the net?
No.
It's like above like the arena.
Yeah, it like crosses
You were saying
back
about
and
having
forth.
one on top.
Like lengthwise, end to end.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to have a camera, but I think it's good for the league to have them because in the past, like if you go back to 80s and 90s, they never really had cameras except for like behind the goal judge and whatever. You know what I mean? Like they would just be directly behind the goal net, and then they kind of started changing that up a bit and started going into the crease a little bit more. And then like the early 2000s, like the new millennium era, they started introducing the GoPro cams inside goalie masks and stuff like that. I know they did it a couple of years
They
ago.
have inside the goalie mask
They
cameras.
did
They
that.
have.
Like you mean like the body cameras like cops wear, but they have it like on the mask.
Yeah, like let's say this was the mask. They would put a little lens here in front, and then it shows the full view of the
They
goal.
should have. They should. They don't have that anymore.
Nope, they don't.
Why?
I don't know. That's a good
So
question.
Boys complained about it too much.
Oh, how? It's like you can see what the goalies
The
see, and
goalies
it's like,
complain too much about it because of being in on their max.
I think that would be so
It
hard.
affected their play too much.
That is true.
How does that affect their play if it's like those little things?
God forbid they break the lens inside the mask, especially if it ricochets off. You could break the lens.
But what if you have it like on top? You know how they have like the
GoPro cam?
yeah.
No.
Well, not like this thing sticking up like that, but like little like circle camera. They have those little ones.
Brittany.
Like what size? Yeah.
If they have like a camera here on the max or at the bottom of the max, if a puck hits that, it could become damaged or broken.
Thank you.
But what's the difference if they have it like in the crossbar? Like it could hit that too, no?
There is a puck inside the net, but if you're gonna do crossbar, under the crossbar, not above it.
Exactly, yeah.
Isn't it
It
like
could
in
still
the
get
middle, though?
hit, but it's very unlikely.
I thought it was like in the middle of it.
No, it's at one end.
It's one or the other, but you can put it anywhere on the crossbar.
It's like, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there a commercial like 3 or 4 years ago about the Verizon wireless commercials when they used to advertise the Center Ice app or the Game Center app, and they had a guy under the camera, under the ice surface, but there was the Kings and the Flyers in that commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, I could have sworn. They should be doing that a little bit more. I know that's a bit tricky, but it's just the commercial, and I get that. But I think that would be a very cool idea. Show an underview from the ice, just so that everybody can kind of get a view from the goal judge. You know what I'm saying? That would be a really cool idea. I mean, just from
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so either, unless somebody, has the money, unless Gary Bettman approves it. But I think it also can be kind of distracting, especially if it's under the ice and it's moving. I think that would be
exactly.
See, what's the difference between this and having it on the mask?
Because you can actually get it damaged within the.
But can't a puck still hit that?
Yeah.
Or is it like in it, but it's like a hole that cuts out?
Like it can come in, but it can't like strike at the lens. Like if it was here, because the lens sticks out a little more, it can hit the lens and break the inside, and you can't.
So, but this is like it's like built in, and it's like say it's like you cut a little hole in the pole.
Yeah, like
it's like that. It's like in there. You can't stick out.
Like that, guys. That's what she's trying to explain to me.
Yeah, I know what she's trying to say.
So, like, if you were to, like, put your hand over, it's like a hole in there. Does anybody understand what I'm saying, or am I just...
Yes, there would be a hole there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think technology in the NHL is starting to change drastically for many, many years to come. Next thing you know, we're going to have, like, little lenses inside regular players' masks, or maybe in the side of their eyelids, or maybe in the inside of their teeth if they're lucky to do it. Like, do a prosthetic tooth and put it inside. That's what I think is going to happen. They're going to show, like, an inside view from their mouth, just so that they can start skating around the ice.
So smile?
Yeah, exactly. Smile to the camera. Now we can get a new phrase for that. Although, I think that is pretty clever. So...
This is you.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the NHL should make eye contacts that have like a camera built in, and the goalies put them in their eyes.
They could do that, but
I feel like that would hurt.
That would hurt, but they would have to go. They would have to go like Terminator style. Remove the eyeballs or RoboCop. They kind of remove the eyes.
Like the eyes is like the one thing I can't talk
about. No, like regular contact, but has like a video camera built into it.
That's not a bad idea, but I think they can kind of. I think they're gonna look into it.
It's like futuristic stuff. Sounds like.
Next thing you know, I'm waiting for Marty McFly to get our asses over here into this podcast and show us the self-lacing shoes. That would be pretty unique.
So for the blue line cameras, I think that one has to go above the coaches, and one has to be built in at the board.
It's not a bad thing. I mean, considering what they've made the changes to, I mean, it's not entirely a bad idea, Joe. Any last comments, guys, before we move on to the next topic?
No.
Nope.
They have to be wide lens. They can't be normal camera lens. They have to be wide.
That is true. Lex?
I got nothing.
You got nothing. I mean, fair enough. Alrighty, next one are the refs. Oh boy, our favorite zebra-looking friends.
Not.
Nope. The refs are jokes.
Can't wait for the playoffs. Can't wait for the playoffs. It's gonna be a fucking free-for-all. It's gonna be anarchy.
There is this one NHL ref that I hate the most. Chris Lee.
What happened to Chris Lee?
Oh, can't stand him.
I cannot stand that guy. He screws Montreal over, or any team over.
Why? You get the most treatment next to the Rangers. What are you complaining about?
Be quiet.
Yeah, it's so true, and you know it. You just don't want to admit that. You know it.
It's not true.
They're nothing without price, though. Just keep that in mind.
You're drinking water.
That's so cute.
Oh my god. Yeah, so, what's it called? The refs, they completely screw Buffalo over. They don't help them at all. Whenever we try to do a refs challenge or... And the Bills, but this is Sabres. But yeah, so yeah, when we tried to review things, they just don't ever go our way. It happened today with the Winnipeg Jets game. Dan Bylsma was viewing a challenge. He threw a challenge flag out, not onto the ice, but like he challenged the play, and they were determining if it was goalie interference, which apparently it wasn't. And so they still said it was a good goal. And there was an unintentional skate kicking motion into that game, which led the Jets getting 2-0 before the Sabres beat them at the end of the day. So
yeah, we still won, so it doesn't matter entirely.
But the point I'm trying to make is that the Sabres never get what they want. It's like that spoiled child you have in a foster home.
The middle child.
The middle child.
Just like McDavid, they never got him, right?
Yeah, right? It's like the middle child of your family. It just never comes around. I mean, you are technically a middle child.
No, I'm a young child.
Yes, you are. You are also a middle child.
How am I a middle child? Explain that to me, please.
Because I treat you like one.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't matter. But anyway, so
you see what I have to deal with, honestly.
I mean, let's be honest here, guys. Like, has the referees gotten worse or better for the last couple of years?
Worse.
Worse?
I'm up in the air, but I still don't agree with the challenge, the way that they do it, though. Like, I think the refs need to be more consistent in the calls they make, too. And they can't call one interference one way and not call it the other way 5 minutes later. They have to get that interference down pat.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one ref I freaking despise the most, it's Frederick Lequier.
So there's inconsistency.
Oh, I like him.
I don't. What?
Inconsistency on their part.
There's a load of it. I mean, it happens in all professional sports.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it's with every sport. Every ref has a favorite.
I mean, football, hockey.
Can't say that they don't like hockey, so they're obviously gonna have a favorite that they push the calls over to. You know.
Montreal.
Oh.
New York Rangers.
She's gotta like go through the screen and like strangle you.
Yeah, I know. She wants to kill me. She loves me for that. Don't worry. You'll get your team back next year. Anyway, so,
Is there an echo?
like, yeah. Isn't there, like, any sort of material you guys think, like, is there anything going into the playoffs that, you know, do you guys think it's going to be favoriting a team like the Blackhawks or the Capitals?
Yeah, nobody can touch their stars, or it's a penalty.
The Dallas Stars?
No. Nobody can touch Chicago star players like Patrick Kane or Jonathan Tays without it being a penalty. Nobody can touch Ovechkin without it being a penalty.
Nobody gets
Well, can it also be like that they can be kind of biased to whoever won like the cup the last season?
Yep.
Chicago definitely will get that treatment.
So isn't that? I feel like that's how it is every year now. That they favor the team that just won.
Same.
I mean,
And I think that's because when it gets to the playoffs, teams get to pick the refs, I think. I don't think NHL picks. Pretty sure it's up to the teams to pick their refs.
I mean,
so that alone causes bias if like they're hired by a certain team or whatever, how they work.
I don't know about hired, but they're probably going to be like...
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but they're probably going to pick a side and just kind of go with them. Yeah. I mean, they've done it to the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. I mean, the Panthers were favorites to go in, and then they kind of helped out the Broncos.
We're talking about hockey.
I know, but it's the same concept.
You told me not to talk about football.
I know, hypocrisy there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's kind of like they missed a numerous amount of calls. If you pay attention back to the 2014 Stanley Cup Finals with the Kings and the Rangers, they were both favorites to go in. There were some, back and forth, but they were favoring the Kings the whole time, and they admitted that like 5 months later, maybe close to 7 months, they were saying, we admitted, we were actually, missing out on calls so we can help the Kings win the Stanley Cup. See, that's what kills the beauty. It should never be about biased refs. It should be more about, helping out both teams. What?
Unbiased refs.
Exactly. Like, they shouldn't even be considered favorites to win anything. They should just probably bring in unprofessional refs to help out the call. Like, people who know their hockey, but not, get paid millions and millions of dollars just to make the shittiest call on the planet that can turn the entire series around.
Yeah, but people can develop the bias, towards whatever team.
Yeah, I mean, I could say tomorrow that the New York Rangers can win the Stanley Cup due to biased refs. Because there's at least always that one fan, or maybe a couple 100,000, that are going to complain about, referees in a championship series and a playoff series. There's always those, I know it's happened to the Ottawa Senators. I know it happened to the Anaheim Ducks. I know it happened to the Calgary Flames. It's happened to everybody, and the refs are never going to go away, especially in this generation. Because back in the 80s and 70s and going way back, they would never do that. They would always just play fair until like maybe the early 2000s. Probably around the time the Red Wings were actually really good, when they were actually considered a dynasty. I mean, just from that point of perspective.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree, Bobby.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree as well.
My opinion about the refs, they follow a certain rule book. They have to follow that, and they have to make the right calls and not the stupid ones.
Well, unfortunately, there's a load of stupid shit ones.
Well, it may not also be like just stupid. Like people can bet money on the game, and they could, swing it towards whatever side, depending on like a bet or something. It happens all the time.
It's a theory, in my opinion, to say that you pay refs to do it. It's kind of like saying
No, not even like if some like one of their family members say Buffalo versus we'll do Buffalo versus Jets. What if one of the family members bet on the Sabres to win? They favor towards the Sabres. That happens too. I'm sure.
Yeah, but they wouldn't. The thing is, they would never favor Buffalo for anything.
Well, I'm just giving an example.
I know.
Right?
I'm just giving a general.
Oh, fine. The Sabres lost. The Jets won. How about that?
That's fine.
All right.
That's my point. Yeah. So, any last minute comments before we move on to the next topic?
No.
No.
I'm good.
Lex?
Got nothing.
Red?
Nope.
Okay. Next one is hits to the head, which leads to concussions. Now, that has become a serious problem as of late in terms of concussions. What are your opinions, guys? I would love to hear this.
Okay, my opinion on this is if you cause a concussion due to a hit to the head, you should be suspended until that player comes back to play their next game.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
That's only fair.
I mean, do you know how many concussions that have happened in the last 30 years?
7.
No, more.
Did somebody just say 7?
I was joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was joking.
Yeah, I mean, Pat LaFontaine, Sidney Crosby.
Balls, dude.
I have no balls.
MacArthur.
Oh yeah, we finally admitted it.
Right on the internet.
We're pulling you.
Oh,
I love you.
Anyway, so Pat LaFontaine, Sidney Crosby, Mark Savard, Don Henderson, the linesman, these guys are all going through concussion symptoms. I mean, this has become a serious problem for the last, 30 years. And does anybody have a logical idea of how they can prevent concussions?
Quit hitting people in the head.
Obvious quotation.
Nope. Definitely not.
It's called you don't hit someone with your stick or your hand like effing blue chick did sucker punch someone.
Yeah, he gets nothing for punching a linesman in the face, and then when Dennis Wyman did it, he gets 20 games, and he already served half of those games. When the league says, we took too long to give an imperial suspension to Dennis Wyman, so we technically cannot do it. So sorry.
Well, also, if you hit somebody in the head with your stick, you get a 5-minute penalty, depending on.
2 minutes.
No.
2 or 4.
Well,
Yeah.
it would be 4 if it was with contact with blood. Yeah, exactly. And
What's 5 minutes?
no, it's fighting.
Fighting?
That's fighting.
Fighting.
Or 5-minute major for hit from behind.
Weapon. I'm sorry.
You don't use your stick.
Well, you can use your stick as a weapon.
Oh,
if you're fighting, you would. So if you're fighting with somebody, you wouldn't use a stick as a weapon.
What a puss kick thing to do.
Okay, fine. If you're on the ice, would you want to splash them with your skate? You want to do that?
The fuck, dude? That's even worse.
That's what I'm talking about. You would use your stick.
No.
Finish.
No. What is wrong with you?
You've never seen a player fight by hitting with the other guy with the stick?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But you don't do that.
But that's
I
my
have
point.
throughout my hockey career.
Bill Kessel's a bigger puss cake than ever by whacking Ryan Miller in this freaking, in that preseason game a couple years ago.
Yes.
My fucking god, I hate Bill Kessel so much. I mean, I don't hate him as much as I did when he was on Toronto, but come on. Preseason? Seriously? Are you going to seriously pick a fight with Ryan Miller? And on top of that, John Scott? I'm Bill Kessel. I'm going to whack John Scott with a stick.
See that?
Yeah, I thought that shit was really fucking ridiculous. Like,
I thought it was
that
hilarious.
That was a huge puss move.
Yeah, right. That's the.
I found it funny, actually.
The game was.
Same.
That's it. See, that's it. That's why they need harsher penalties.
But it was a preseason game.
So they still.
Ryan Miller fighting was also hilarious.
Yeah, fighting was ridiculous. It was a line brawl in a preseason game, like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, but still, they should get harsher penalties, regardless preseason, regulatory playoffs. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is
there were suspensions, I'm sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the concussion systems, I mean, there were so many athletes out there that suffered through so many concussions have already filed, lawsuits against the NHL for that particular purpose, for not getting treatments and still feeling the same. No, that's the NFL.
Oh. Same thing.
Well, it's the same idea, but it's the NFL situation is a little different because you could
honestly kill somebody.
Same in the NHL.
Well, coming from
let's stay on track here, guys.
I don't think Will Smith would be in that movie though if it was about the NHL.
No, it would probably be like.
I'm not being a racist.
It would probably be like Alex Baldwin or Willie O'Ree. Put him back on with Everybody Hates Chris. I mean, you can always do that. But what were you saying about medical terms?
I don't remember. It's gone.
You were saying, oh, in my medical terms, in terms of experience with a concussion.
It's gone.
It's gone. Sorry, Rick. We love you though. So, in regards, how could we prevent concussions for the next 10, 20, 30 years?
Harsher penalties.
Suspensions until the player comes back.
Fine.
Suspension until the player returns to play.
You gotta lay down a huge smackdown on these bitches. And also suspend these fuckers.
Well, you already have a bitch that has a concussion issue for like 5 years, and that's Sidney Crosby. I know he's playing, but the guy had concussion issues, and if he gets one more, he's pretty much on the cusp of retirement. Pat LaFontaine almost died from having a concussion because the doctors told him you have to retire, because if you get a concussion, it's the end of your life. So he had no choice but to retire at such a young age, which is sad.
Oh, people were thinking that the Crosby's concussion problems was, catching up to him at the beginning of this season when he was playing, like, I wouldn't say poorly, but just not as good as he normally does.
I know. I think that's kind of insulting to say about Crosby when people say he was playing that crap in the beginning of the year because of the concussions. That is so irrelevant because when was the last time Crosby had a concussion?
2-3 years ago.
2-3 years ago. I don't follow the Penguins. That's why we have a Penguin admin. So he's there to give me the answers. So
yeah, it was like the season before the shortened season that he came back.
Was that the day where they were in the outdoor game like in 2011 against Washington?
That's where the problem started. Like he took a hit to the head, and then they played Tampa like I don't know, like a few days later, and he took a hit to the head from what's his fucking name? Hedman?
Victor Hedman?
Victor Hedman.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that. I mean, it's only necessary. I mean, if you get physically hit, I know McDavid had a collarbone, but that's not a concussion. But if that was head first, that would have been a problem. And Connor McDavid's career probably could have been a lot shorter with that if it was a concussion. But thank God for him, it was a collarbone issue. That's always fixable, but he wouldn't be playing for the last couple months.
Also dangerous.
Yeah, but it's not as dangerous as getting it. Infections and not infections, but damage to the brain.
Yeah, but it's also dangerous.
Plus, Blake Jeffrion's career was shortened because of concussions.
Yeah, he had a lot of potential, Blake Jeffrion. He really did. But it's sad because I know he retired as a Montreal Canadian, but he didn't really get the appreciation from his doctors and the time frame for the doctors to tell him that his career was over at 26 years old is sad. I get it. he hasn't been playing for years. But to tell him at such a young age that you have to retire is really unfortunate. It really is, because a lot of players worked hard to get to that level, and then they're forced to retire. That's really sad. I mean, like I said numerous times before, it happened to Pat LaFontaine. So, yep, Pat LaFontaine. Yep. Any comments? Any last comments, guys, about concussions before we move forward?
I'm good.
Young players out there, stop hitting to the head.
Stop hitting to the head. What about you, Lex?
You just gotta be careful. Both, hitting people and also, receiving hits. Just be careful. Watch yourself.
That's true.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, also, people, are more aggressive, the younger players, to prove themselves in the league against other teams. So I guess that's their way of, like, I'm here, type thing. Watch out.
I mean, thank God we don't have, as many concussions as we had in the past. I mean, you're still filing, but still. Yeah, go ahead. Steph, any last comments?
No.
Okay. She's just gonna go turn off the heat. So anyway, moving on. That leads to concussions, which could be the second worst thing. Fighting. Should it be in the NHL? Yes or no?
Yes, because if fighting was out of the NHL, then not many hockey fans will watch it anymore.
I agree with that. What about you, Corey?
I'm up in the air about this one. I like seeing the fighting. I just don't want people getting hurt from it. So I say no more staged fighting. But I say if you hit somebody dirty and there's somebody that can take care of themselves out there, then there should be able to be a fight. But I don't think there should be any more of these stage fights.
Yeah, I agree. The stage fights are worthless. I mean, if a real fight comes up, let them fight. Don't separate them. Let them do.
Exactly.
Bring back the Ty Domi days. Bring back the Rob Ray days. And Rob Ray, by the way, was a fucking monster. All right.
Yep.
He was a freaking animal with Buffalo. Who else is a famous fighter? The late Bob Crawford.
Chris Neal, Ray Emery.
Chris Neal.
Friend Chris Nyland,
Chris
he
Niles.
he is he was a very very good enforcer.
Oh yeah, John Scott.
He played for Boston, Montreal, and a few other teams too.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Steph, because you're a Montreal Canadiens fan. Do you have a Netflix account? There's
Yes.
apparently my dad was watching this around the All-Star break, and I didn't even know it existed until he told me. And it was a documentary about Chris Nile, and they were talking
I
about.
watched it.
You've watched it.
It was on the movie network once. Since I have Bell, it was on the movie network on my TV, and I watched it.
I mean,
I remember a few years ago I watched a Maurice Richard documentary while I was doing a week long EEG in the hospital.
I see. I know there's a book about Rob Ray and his biography, and the whole montage about him. And they made Rob Ray.
Can I just jump in here for a sec? Sorry.
Sure.
Just wanted to clarify. Bell sucks.
Bell. What is Bell? Because me and Brittany.
It's a TV
Bell
provider.
is in a Canadian version of AT&T.
So it's a phone company.
Yes,
It's a
but
satellite
they also
company.
deal with internet, TV, cell phones, home phone,
I see.
and they can give you a Bell email too.
Yeah, we should be using this provider to watch Rob Ray kick the shit out of Ty Domi again.
No.
Yes, bring back.
Use Rogers.
I love Bell, Corey. To be honest with you, my dad works for the company.
It's a phone service, right?
Yeah, it's a cable and phone provider for Canada.
Not cable.
Cable?
Not cable. No, satellite.
Yeah, I'm hearing cable and I'm hearing phone. I mean, which one?
Phone.
It's phone.
Phone.
Well, I'm hearing.
It's not cable, it's satellite.
Satellite. Phone.
Okay, that's more confusing.
Phone.
Don't. Don't.
Phone.
You said don't.
No, I said phone.
Whatever. Anyway, so fighting should it be in the NHL or not?
Well, that
Yes.
piggybacks off what we were just talking about with the concussions. You know, I think that every player should have some type of like. It should be required when you go in as like a prospect. You should have medical course or
Metal.
safety course for hitting and fighting. That's what I think.
Well, we're just talking about fighting in general.
I know, but I'm just saying it's safety.
That is
It's
true.
piggybacking off of what we just talked about.
That's true, but concussions and fighting are two different things.
I know. I'm bringing them together.
That is true. I mean, like, should it be allowed, or do you guys think that it should be like banned from the league? Because I know the NHL has been trying, or I should say the media at least, has been trying to brainwash everybody, saying that it should be gone from the game forever.
No, I think that like makes the game.
Exactly.
Fighting.
Well, fighting is not.
It's not as much fun if they're not fighting.
I agree with that. What do
That's
you
how
guys?
they get their anger out.
It is true. I mean, is there another sport out there, guys, that you can get away with fighting and you just not get suspended for it?
No.
Exactly. Lex,
What about lacrosse?
fuck lacrosse.
Well, yeah, I know. Fuck
You
lacrosse.
can't fight.
You can't fight in lacrosse.
No.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Well, I mean, I don't watch lacrosse, so I don't really know. No, I don't even get the National Lacrosse League. I mean, I've heard of the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Bandits and the Bandits.
I think they're just about as good as a lacrosse team.
Yeah, and one of the players on the Bandits was John Tavares, but he retired, and he was an icon with the Bandits for many, many years. I mean, that's lacrosse though, but yeah, but that's his nephew.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, John Tavares on the Bandits is John Tavares on the.
We have the same name.
Yeah, they share the same name. They're from
Are you
Ontario.
like? Are you?
What the fuck?
I am not joking. Look it up.
You're kidding.
I am not joking. Look it up.
Are you serious?
You are pulling shit out of your ass, just like those damn anal beads.
No.
Can somebody confirm that? Oh, I'm gonna Google it.
Fine, go
I'm
on. Fine. I am not joking, guys. That is a real story.
Wait, what's his name?
John Tavares.
John Tavares.
For the New York Islanders and the Buffalo Bandits.
Tavares. Buffalo
Bandits. The lacrosse team. Not
Buffalo. Oh,
Oh, here we go.
wait. Bandits.
It's in the
Can you show your screen?
Wait, I gotta see a name, or else I won't believe it.
I'm telling you the truth. Look
Wait,
it up.
I'm gonna.
Look up their background. I
I
guarantee.
am.
Everybody look it up. Steph.
Oh
Al.
shit, he's not fucking around. He's not fucking around.
I'm not. I know my shit, dude.
Wow.
John Tavares.
The great
Is
John
real.
Tavares of the New York Islanders and the great John Tavares of the Buffalo Bandits. Their nephew and uncle. All
That's
right?
cool.
Wait, it says,
Oh.
Tavares is an uncle of an ice hockey player, John Tavares, the first overall pick of the 2009 NHL entry draft, and a forward for the New York Islanders of the National Hockey League.
I can't hear you.
You're so annoying.
Oh my god.
Fine, you were right. You want to hear that? Fine.
I can't hear you.
Breaking news! It turns out that Bobby is in fact not on crack.
No, he just has a big head.
Alright. Anyhow, so.
Oh, stop. Now I'm mad.
Oh, come on. It's my hat, for God's sakes.
No, your hair's messed up.
Thank you. You love my hair. No, you know.
No, that's messed up.
Yeah, so, fighting. I know we're all over the place about this one, guys, because apparently, you know, we went from fighting to the Bandits and the John Tavares.
Well, you brought that up.
Hey,
I'm not a big fan of the pussification of the fights,
thank you.
but let's keep fighting in the game. I mean, that does, bring fans.
I mean, we're certainly not the WWE, where everything is rigged.
It gets the fans hyped up when they fight.
I mean,
Also gives the momentum.
definitely momentum, and you know what else really bugs me, especially in the modern NHL, is Brittany's gonna laugh, and I know her too long enough to know this. Is
No, you don't.
yes, I do. You don't even know I'm gonna say it. So, Anyway,
I'm not gonna lie.
dancing. Stop dancing on the fucking ice. You're just doing that. Stop
True.
dancing. Stop dancing on the ice. We don't need this. Da, 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 da.
They're not like waltzing on the ice together.
No, but they can wear tutus and fucking, Irish kilts and start doing.
Don't they do that in that thing, that one game? What is that called? What is that game called? Where they dress up with characters, when they do the shootout. What is that game called?
The All-Star
Is it?
competition?
The mascot
All-Star
competition?
Skills
I
Comp?
don't know.
Where they dress
Wait,
up.
Stephanie, what'd you say?
All-Star Skills Competition.
Yeah, I think.
I remember
That's what I
PK Subban
just
dressed
said.
up as
Oh, I didn't.
Yamir Yager
Yep. PK Subban.
with the mullet and the Panthers jersey and it.
Yep, and John Scott fought Patrick Kane by grabbing his shirt, dancing with him on the ice and giving him a big hug.
And that one guy brought his kid, and his kid did the shootout.
Yeah, that's Brent Burns.
I can't confirm.
It was.
I know. If you have a sexy beard looking like Chewbacca, you're going to be called
Dude,
Brent Burns.
no beard is sexy looking, alright?
Hey, I have a Van Dyke, alright?
That's not a beard. A beard is like a full-on, like...
There was a really funny picture of him around like St. Patrick's Day time where he was like in the locker room dressed up as a leprechaun.
Yup.
I saw that. I saw that on Twitter, and they were showing off his picture of his suit, dressed up like a leprechaun with his beard showing. He's got those ugly teeth. His 3 teeth, 4 teeth in the middle of his mouth.
Let me see.
Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay, his name is Brent Burns. I'll show it really quick, guys. Because Brittany before the podcast never really paid attention, so
What are you talking about?
I'm just showing that now. So you are.
What's our next topic, Bobby?
The next topic? Yeah, I'm just showing her the leprechaun picture real quick. We're gonna get to the next one in a second. So, any last comments, guys, while I'm showing her this?
No.
No.
No. No any more comments? Britt, what about you fighting?
No, I just want to see the leprechaun.
Of course you do. Sorry, man, guys. Yeah, it's not the best connection tonight, guys.
You know how you were talking about Hello Kitty today? I saw a Hello Kitty sticker book. I was so close to getting it.
Shut the fuck up!
Did anybody else see that in the group chat? Aww. you
Also, breaking news: Bobby loves Hello Kitty.
only with sparkles though. He's
My little pony.
Also, breaking news: Bobby is in fact a brony.
Can you guys see how red his face is?
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, we found the picture. Here's the picture.
Turn it sideways.
I want to do it.
You do it. There you
Can
go.
y'all see it? Is there glare?
Yes.
No, it looks clear to me.
All right.
That's him.
It looks
fucking
clear to me.
leprechaun.
Yep, that's the leprechaun, guys. Yes.
Nice.
They're after me, Lucky Charms. What?
Sally, what are in yours? Nuts. And mommy said they're magically delicious.
Oh fuck.
How many more topics do we have?
Yes. Next topic.
It's a these nuts joke.
Next topic.
Alrighty. Hudson Bashing and Casey Nelson making their debuts for the Buffalo Sabres. What do you guys think of that? Hudson Bashing scored his first goal today in the NHL against the Winnipeg Jets. What do you guys
It
think?
didn't happen. They lied to you. They didn't score goals.
No, of course they lied to me. Does anybody have an opinion about those two guys?
No.
I think Buffalo's going to be stronger with them next season. Maybe be able to put the puck in the net. Maybe.
I would love to see that. They're going to be a very good team in the next couple of years. Eichel, Reinhardt, Kane, O'Reilly, and then you bring in these two.
Echo's getting traded, though, I think.
Who?
Echo.
Eichel?
Yeah.
You said Echo.
Sorry.
Echo. I thought you. Nah, never mind.
He meant.
All right. Here's my opinion on this. Okay. Hold on. I gotta get this. Give me a second.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
There you go. That's my
I
opinion.
agree with that.
Steph,
Can you
what's your-
replay that for us?
Oh my
Oh.
God, who the hell cares? That was pretty good. Steph, what's your opinion about those two guys, Fashing and Wilson?
I think they will, like Corey said, they will help the Sabres to put the puck in the net more.
I agree with that, even though they're not pretending for anything.
Oh my God,
Those
Oh,
two
fuck, sorry.
kids, those two kids are really, really
Did I
talented,
break it?
I don't know.
and I could see them being being with the Sabres with. After they have one more year of development, they could be with the Sabres full time.
But here's the thing: Fashing might be going to Rochester next year, and Nelson might be as well. But if
Can
anything,
Minion come back?
I don't know, babe. Let's see what happens in July 1st. Yeah, she really loves Elias Olmark. She really loves the Minions. She loves his mask. So that's and ever since he got called up because Leonard got hurt, she kept constantly calling Elias Olmark Minion. Why is that?
Because his mask is a minion.
Yes, you heard that right, guys. She is a Minion lover.
Wow.
Yep.
They're hysterical.
I watch every Minion movie.
Jesus God.
Yeah, the minion movie
It's
cracks
because
me
of my
up.
cousin.
They don't even talk. They speak like Mignonese in French, I think it is.
French.
Yeah, no, they actually speak French. And they speak Mignonese. That's actually a thing now. That is.
Minion breeze.
No, Mignonese.
Okay, assholes. Who speaks Canadian? Who speaks French? You might as well translate what the Minions say now.
Bello is hello.
No.
Gelato is ice cream.
We must surrender.
That was terrible.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That was so rude, actually, Alex.
Where's Deadpool when we need him? It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Fluffy.
Oh God.
Fluffy.
This is the best podcast ever. All right.
You are not supposed to see that.
See what?
Him jerking off with the unicorn.
I wasn't jerking off to a unicorn.
Oh, I was talking about Deadpool.
No! There's an image of him on freaking Facebook. When remember in Despicable Me when they take the
first
unicorn?
one.
Let's get back on topic.
Don't worry, guy. You'll get there. So there's a picture.
Oh shit!
of
I
the
lost
part from
Rob in
Fluffy,
big
and
win.
they take Deadpool instead of the little girl, and they put Deadpool's body on there, and just kind of be like, it's so fluffy. Just wanted to say that out. Anyway, so we are down to the last three topics of the night. We're going to talk about small pads, 3-on-3 overtime and shootout, and Justin Bieber. And we will.
Are we actually going to talk about that?
Yes, we are.
We're seriously going to talk about that?
Yes, we are seriously talking about that. Yes. Let's start with the small pads. What do you think, guys?
Small pads, sorry, is that where we're at?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. I don't think the goalies need anything else but protection. So slim them down at least 2 inches.
But I don't see how that's gonna do because they're trying to make the nets bigger, and
They won't make the nets bigger if they shrink the goalie pads.
That doesn't make any sense because think about it. If you're making the nets bigger, you're only making the pads smaller, like you said, and goalies are getting bigger. The only way I see them getting bigger is if you put goddamn Darren Pang in the middle of the fucking net again for the Blackhawks, and I'm sure he'll miss every fucking thing he shoots at, or if you shoot at him with his 5'4" size ass, instead of talking about how much he loves the Blues and saying holy jumping every freaking time, put him back in net and have him try out with Ben Bishop. Yeah, that'll certainly work out well.
Okay.
Big goalies like Bishop and Price, they will not be a huge fan of the pad shrinking or any tall goalie.
That's because Carey Price needs the biggest pads in the league.
Yeah, because he's such a
to make
small.
any save.
I thought it was just going to be for the size of the
If
fact
they
that he has the
just shrink
calibration.
the sides down 2 inches, that would be fine.
Fine, I will deal with that. I have no problem with it going 2, 3 inches. But if you go like a foot, then that's going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, they won't go that much.
Well, they
Most that
better
I
not.
can see them doing is
What
three
the
inches.
what the NHL wants to do is shrink the pads like the pads that Patrick Watt used. Those that type of style.
I mean, I don't mind them making the change. I just don't want them going too small. Not too big, not too small. Maybe a couple inches, like I said, 2, 3 inches is fine. But seriously, why do you make the small? Why do you make the pads smaller when you make the goalie nets bigger? That doesn't add up. I get goalies are getting much bigger and taller, but seriously, it's just the fact that you have such a big area to skate around on. You just don't really know you know how to like what I'm trying to say, like you're trying to comfort yourself, but at the same time you keep forgetting when they make the nets bigger. You're gonna forget in the next couple years that you forgot that you covered up that part of the side of the net because obviously goalies have to move. Obviously, I mean it's
Okay, now I have a question for you. What would you prefer? Shrink the pads or make the nets bigger if you had to choose one?
You talking to me?
Talking to everyone.
Oh.
I would say smaller, but just maybe like I said, 2, 3 inches.
These?
I
No,
would say leave the nets alone and just shrink the pads 2 or 3 inches.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with everybody. Shrink the pads a little bit, keep the nets the same.
Yeah, make the nets
Well,
bigger or
isn't the pads also there for safety reasons?
Oh, they're way
Not
too
just
big.
blocking.
They're way too big for that.
they're way too big.
They have enough protection that even if
Yeah,
you cut it a little bit, they will still be fine.
They'll look like Batman's armor in
agree.
the next Superman Batman movie that just came out. It's gonna look like that if you just, if you don't make it any smaller. I mean, next couple of years, if you make it bigger, we're gonna look like that. But not that it's gonna affect anything. But I think it's a good consideration. But at the same time, it's also not necessary.
I think the NHL is just trying to get more goals.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, I don't know why they want to do that to begin with. I guess because they don't want to bore people. I mean, that's what
Yep, pretty much. And people are going there to watch hockey.
I mean,
They want to see it.
I'm in the minority of I much prefer like lower score games. Like I think of like a 1-0 game is a lot more fun than maybe 6-5. But that's just my opinion.
I
I
think
disagree.
I mean, I think it goes either way as long as it's competitive. If one team is not playing like crap and the other is like playing like they're playing out of their mind, I don't mind them doing that as long as it's competitive. I mean, I don't really have a problem with that either. What do you think, Brett?
Cool.
I agree with everybody else. The pads smaller than that same. But there's no reason to make it bigger if you're gonna make the pads smaller.
I mean, it's only fair to say. I mean, any last comments, guys, about that topic before we move on to the second to last?
No.
No,
No.
Lex,
Yeah, I'm ready to move on.
you ready to move on, Brett?
Yeah.
All right. We are down to the second to last. We're talking about overtime 3-on-3 and the shootout. Should it go like is 3-on-3 necessary or should go back to 5-on-5? Or do you think they should eliminate the shootout?
Eliminate the shootout for sure. And
Eliminate,
I'm liking the three on
eliminate the
three.
shootout, please.
Eliminate the shootout?
I like the shootouts.
I don't mind it either. I mean, I don't know why.
I don't like how they get your point for it. That's all.
I mean,
It's a team sport. Keep it as a team.
that is true. I mean, it should just go back to the normal ways. If, overtime days, if you go into one overtime period, leave it where it is. Don't go into extra time. It's not necessary. Shootouts, I see why people don't like it, but at the same time, it's just like completely out of proportion. Like, do we really need to have a shootout? It's
No.
I honestly,
No.
I do not see the point of it. I mean, 3-on-3 is not going to do any better. I know some people love 3-on-3. I personally hate it because there's not enough options over there for you guys. I mean, because you're so used to playing with 5 people on the ice, 2 defensemen, 2 wingers, and a centerman, and of course the goalie, but that doesn't apply. But the thing is, when you do 3-on-3, like I said, you're gonna forget, and then when you get a penalty, you have to bring one guy out, and regardless, it's annoying. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lex?
I don't know. I kind of have like mixed feelings with shootouts and stuff, but the 3-on-3, I personally I like it.
Same. I love the 3-on-3.
I hate it.
I don't mind this 3-on-3. It ends the game quicker than 4-on-4 or 5-on-5.
I'm just an old-fashioned guy. I like to go 5-on-5. Stick to what you had in the beginning. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
For playoffs, do you think they're doing 5-on-5 overtime continuous, or are they going to do 4-on-4?
I think they're gonna go 5-on-5 because, like I said, you're so used to it on the ice from first period to third period. Point A to point B. You're so used to it, and then again, you don't really like when you take away 2 players, it gets things really confusing unless you practice it on a constant pace. It's a bit distracting at times, but I see what the league wants to do. Like Steph said, it wants to end the game quicker, which quite honestly, I don't see that as I don't really see it being quicker. I see it as the same way, unless you're looking away for like a minute. But again, that's just my opinion. I mean, I have strong feelings about it. I mean, the shootout, in my opinion, just leave it out of the game. Don't even bring it back, and just leave it at a tie if you don't score after the first one. Simple.
I think it also breaks up like the regular game because you're playing with 5 people. It just breaks it up if you no longer playing like that.
That is true. Does anybody agree with that?
I miss what that was.
Repeat that.
I said because it breaks it up because you're playing, how long with 5 people that day. So I don't know, it's just something different.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Yep. And does anybody else have any opinions about it changing in the playoffs?
I hope they do 5-on-5 for playoffs.
I would love to see the traditional 5-on-5 again in the playoffs.
They should keep it. Just why should playoffs be like any special? Just keep it as any regular game. But you're
Because of playoffs, you're fighting for you
I
to get eliminated
well, I
or not.
understand that, but I'm just saying, just keep the games the same. Why you gotta go change just because it's playoffs? Like in
Because
baseball,
they
you
do
change
continuous
games
OT.
because it's like playoffs. I don't know. That's what I think. My opinion.
But baseball's different.
I know. I'm giving you use an example as football. I'm using baseball as an example.
But it's kind of hard to compare.
All right, fine. I won't give my opinion anymore.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that.
You're not letting me give
Way to go.
examples.
Anyway, so last topic, guys. Justin Bieber and the Edmonton Oilers involving Wayne Gretzky. Who's got an opinion about this? I would love to know. Since she said, let's not have my opinion on board. Brittany, what do you think of Wayne Gretzky giving Justin Bieber an Edmonton Oilers jersey to wear?
Anything with Justin Bieber should just be eliminated from the world. How about that?
That's fair.
Oh my god.
Brittany.
I can't stand him.
I cannot stand Justin Bieber. No
Isn't
way.
he from Canada?
Yes,
Yes.
he is.
I
He's
bet
from
you guys
Calgary.
know that too.
Ontario.
Calgary.
So, with Donald Trump being racist or whatever all this media shit is saying, I mean, can he be like racist towards Canadians too and deport Justin Bieber, send him back to Canada?
I hope he deports.
Because if he's willing to do that, then maybe I will vote for him.
Everybody hates on Justin Bieber.
Because he's pointless. That's why.
Did you seriously just say that, Alex?
Yeah, and anybody who wants to know what he looks like now, he's got this ugly ass haircut with an Oiler jersey.
Well, when he's wearing an Oiler jersey too, his hair is always
Cool.
Yeah, he looks like a Cruella DeVille with her hair fully white.
Maybe they should play him for a game.
Well, what's the difference? anyway, so.
Exactly.
I mean, the Oilers and Justin Bieber must have a really good connection. They have a love triangle going in there. I mean, I, to this day, will curse the day when Gretzky ever gave him that jersey with his name on it. I mean, what other damage has Justin Bieber done to the game? Honestly, he's stepped on a Blackhawk logo while taking a picture with the damn cup. He was wearing a Bruins hat. He's wearing a Kings hat. He's got a picture with Dion Phaneuf in a Maple Leafs jacket, and now he's wearing this crap with the Edmonton Oilers, wearing that Wayne Gretzky jersey. Oh my God!
But who cares about Justin Bieber?
I don't give a shit.
Okay, then why
The hell
Clearly, Bobby
cares
cares.
about Bieber?
I mean, I'm gonna admit one thing. My sister, when she was a little younger, maybe like 13 years old, she used to be obsessed with Justin Bieber, but now she just hates him because of how stupid he looks these days. He always, I mean, let's be honest. He looks
Alex,
enjoyable.
can you get that "Who Cares" video up for us?
Yes.
Oh
Please.
man, give me like 30 seconds. I'll forget it.
Sorry,
Thanks.
29 seconds in. Just waiting for him to count down. I mean, seriously, how many more logos is this guy gonna step on? What's next? He's gonna go to Buffalo.
God, who the hell
Maybe.
cares?
Go to Buffalo, wear the Sabres jersey, and step on the logo on accident.
an accident?
Maybe he's just a NHL fan. He doesn't have a Pacific team.
One more time.
Who the hell cares? But still,
Perfect.
it's just a funny, conversation to talk about before we wrap up the show tonight. I mean, Justin Bieber, the worst
He's
thing in the world.
he's like a puck bunny, but like without all the sexiness and stuff.
Well, that is true. That is definitely true. Any last comments, guys, before we wrap up the show tonight?
Nope.
Nope.
Go Suns, go.
Fuck
Habs,
Justin
go.
Bieber. Fuck Filthy Delphia. Let's go Pens.
And any last comments?
And
Brett?
fuck
Pens
the
suck.
Bruins and fuck the Maple Leafs. Thank you.
Hey, you could suck my left nut and make the right one jealous, buddy.
You
The-
asshole! You don't have any nuts.
Shut up.
Bobby, you're the one that admitted to that earlier.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the Sens. Sorry, Corey.
I actually forgot that I don't have any nuts because I got kicked in the nose months ago by freaking whatever. This is what happens when the Sabres piss me off.
Oh,
Alright?
like yourself?
Yes. I don't know how it's logical. I do it to myself because it's painful. Not technically. Never mind that last part.
Kinky. What?
Disgusting. Alright, so you said go Habs go, you said go Sens go, you said Pens go, whatever the fuck you said.
I said let's go Pens. And also fuck Filthy Delphia and fuck Justin Bieber.
Yep, and we both said, let's go! Go Buffalo!
You didn't give me the cue of what to say.
That's okay.
Now it's ruined.
Go Buffalo.
Go Buffalo.
There you
Yeah, go Buffalo. Win the draft lottery.
We are not winning.
No, they won't.
No, they won't. They're gonna get Alex Nylander, and that'll be the end of the day.
I feel like we're coming like 6th.
No, we're gonna be higher than that.
Higher than 6?
We're gonna be higher than that. We're like 8th right now, or 7th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even like higher, like up, like
In-
3.
No. If we sucked that, if Robin Leonard actually was consistently bad in terms of injuries, then we probably would. But unfortunately, we're not bringing him back. All right. So this is Boomstick, and this is on my left.
Oh.
The Buffalo.
Yes. I'm
And-
staring at the snake.
Of course you're
He's
staring at.
falling.
I got a snake on the side of the camera. That's why she's like in La La
He
Land.
keeps falling. It's just so funny.
I don't know, guys. So, any last comments, guys, before we wrap up tonight?
No.
Nope. And
No.
There's this really cool website that you could go to. It's called NHLLotterySimulator.com, and you could use this simulator of the NHL draft lottery, and it will pick a winner, which I just tried it out right now, and apparently Columbus gets the first overall pick.
And then the second pick went to who? In the third, what?
The second pick goes to Ottawa, and the third goes to
Yes,
Edmonton.
I agree with that. I don't mind second.
And who was the third one?
Edmonton.
Boo! Fuck them.
Boo.
All right. So we are all signing out. This is Boomstick.
In Price we trust.
They're ignoring you.
Of course they are. Pesky stands.
Corey, Lex.
Oh, pesky sense.
I was like, wait, who was going next? This is the messenger.
I thought it was you. Sorry.
Play to Buffalo.
And we're all signing out. Good night, everybody.